year's Gridiron Championship heads into the home stretch.
Ready!
Through the first 4 rounds, the Americans and the Nationals have gone stride for stride, step for step, and hit for hit. But it was not without controversy.
Total dead heat. He cheated, pushed me on the curb.
Now, only 1 point separates these cross-conference rivals.
I hit him first.
Today, the Americans, led by Chad Johnson, Larry Johnson, and Marvin Harrison, take on a Nationals team featuring the talents of Jake Delhomme, Anquan Bolden, and Amani Toomer. The battle continues right now. The stunning backdrop to get our competition going today, Expedition Everest at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park. Mike Tirico alongside Kirk Herbstreit, Sam Ryan and Stacey Dale Schumann with us as well. The Nationals hold a slim 1-point lead in the overall standings. The Americans trying to catch up in this penultimate 5th round.
Mike, the climbing wall is one of the toughest events, even for these seasoned professionals. 4 members of each team will take part in a relay-style format, and the goal is simple. The first team to get all 4 of their guys up and down the rock wins the event.
Simple stuff. Best 2 out of 3 here, Kirk. And in the first heat, the Americans will go with Larry Johnson, the Kansas City running back, followed by the great Indianapolis wide receiver Marvin Harrison, Buffalo running back Willis McGahee, and the final climb, Oakland defensive end Derek Burgess.
Well, Mike, starting it off for the Nationals, we'll see Dallas tight end Jason Witten, followed by Carolina quarterback Jake Delhomme, Arizona wide receiver Anquan Bolden, and finishing things off, New York star receiver Amani Toomer. The other athletes here for the Americans, Cincinnati's franchise wideout Chad Johnson, and for the Nationals, Chicago outside linebacker Lance Briggs, both of whom you'll see in the second heat of this event.
I think something that's really important about this event is to be able to rappel down in a hurry.
The leap of faith, you gotta jump. Jump. I don't trust that thing coming down. When you get up there, you get stuck a little bit. You don't know if the rope gonna hold you.
Oh my goodness, it was great to hike.
Let go.
What?
Let go.
You sure?
Let go.
Oh my goodness. A little nervous here.
Land on your feet. Don't pull on it, just let go.
That's crazy.
It's a little more difficult than I thought.
Oh, not hook right, not hook right. Jump, jump, jump.
Well, it takes strength to go up, and as you could hear, strength of mind coming down. Here's the order again for the Americans in Heat 1. Witten will start it for the Nationals.
Mike, watching these players practice, I think is going to help both teams just get through this wall. We'll see how it pays off for both these teams throughout this battle. Oh, Jason Witten slipping down for the Nationals. That will cost his team. Meanwhile, Larry Johnson's already gotten through.
Yep, 4 guys go. Johnson hit the buzzer. Witten sliding down. He will come up. You'll see him hit the buzzer. Now Marvin Harrison, the second of the 4-man relay for the Americans. Jake Delhomme will hook on for the Nationals.
Jump ahead.
As quickly as these players are getting up and down this wall, it's really going to take an American mistake for the Nationals to get back into this race, although Jake Delhomme got up and down very quickly.
Each guy will probably, Kirk, have to make up a little bit of time. Willis McGahee, third of the 4 for the Americans.
Will, go there, smack it, Will. There you go.
Anquan Bolden with a lot of room to make up on this wall that's just under 30 feet.
Come on.
Derek Burgess trying to bring it home now for the Americans.
There you go, DB.
Amani Toomer chasing for the Nationals, but Burgess looks like he's going to get to the top.
There you
Now
go.
just come on down, and the Americans will take Heat 1. Heat 1, best 2 out of 3 as we get going on the Battle of the Gridiron Stars. The best of the best in professional football go head-to-head in the Ultimate Team Showdown for the Americans.
Peyton Manning, quarterback.
Hines Ward, wide receiver.
Marvin Harrison, wide receiver.
Larry Johnson, running back.
Joey Porter, outside linebacker.
Todd Heap, tight end.
Derek Burgess, defensive end. Willis McGahee, running back.
John Lynch, free safety.
Chad Johnson,
S2E5 wide receiver, Americans.
For the Nationals,
Clint Porters, running back.
Anquan Bolden, wide receiver.
Eli Manning, quarterback.
Jeremiah Trotter, middle linebacker.
Jason Witten, tight end. Monty Toomer, wide receiver.
Lance Briggs, outside linebacker.
Joe Jervicius, wide receiver.
O.C. Manure, defensive end.
Jake Delhomme, quarterback, Nationals.
this is ESPN's Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear. We're at Disney's Animal Kingdom Park in Florida, and that is Expedition Everest, a brand new attraction where you can come face-to-face with the legendary Yeti. Hi, everyone. Mike Tirico, Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, a very fitting backdrop for this monster of an event, if you will. The Americans with the edge over here early at the climbing wall, but it is 2 out of 3 on this one, so don't count out Archie and his guys just yet.
Well, you don't want to count Archie out and his group. The Nationals have depth. Jason Witten might have slipped at the wall, but his size and strength will be a big factor coming up.
And, Kirk, I know you're partial to those quarterbacks. Boy, we have some good quarterbacks here.
Yeah, we do. Jake Delhomme, he's my kind of guy, quarterback. Great leadership qualities, an excellent all-around ability. Then there's a wide receiver, Anquan Bolden. This guy's just beginning to show what kind of talent he has.
Well, what a breakthrough few years he's had. On the Americans, you have some of the best skill players in the league, like a Marvin Harrison, Chad Johnson, and Larry Johnson as well.
Well, one of today's challenges is basketball, and I know that Chad and Larry both know how to shoot the rock. And then you have Marvin Harrison. What else can you say about the guy? He'll make the obstacle course look like a 100-yard dash.
He's so good. All right, all those are ahead, but first I want to get back over to the climbing wall. Let's check in with our colleague, Stacey Dale-Schumann. Stace?
Okay, LJ, we're here at the climbing wall. We've got Expedition Everest in the background. How intimidating is this feat?
That's not intimidating. You know, we're all big guys. All we got to do is learn how to scale the wall. The intimidating part is trying to fall back and trusting that the rope has got you and you just don't fall.
What's it like to jump off there when you're coming down?
It's a little shaky, a little scary. So, and then even that high up either. So, you know, when you're kids, you can jump off your dad's balcony all the time. But I think when you get older, you kind of appreciate the heights a little bit more.
Okay, no intimidation, he says. Let's see how he gets up there and comes down.
Well, Stacey, it was a struggle for Jason Witten in the leadoff spot for the Nationals last time, so he'll sit this heat out, replaced by Lance Briggs, the Chicago linebacker.
Catch me at the top of the mountain.
Then they'll keep the lineup the rest of the way the same, Delhomme, Bolden, and Toomer. Meantime, for the Americans, they got off to a good start with Larry Johnson, so why not do it again? But Chad Johnson comes in for Marvin Harrison with McGahee and Burgess, the anchor climber. Americans win here. They win the point in this competition. Best 2 out of 3, heat 2 underway.
Switch sides, and Mike, you said Larry Johnson got off to a great start for the Americans. We'll see how Lance Briggs does against him here. The second heat. There goes Larry again.
And the transition time here is they unhook, and the player's not released from behind the line until the other one gets there. As Delhomme is hooking on, trying to chase Chad Johnson.
Yeah, Chad does here. His first opportunity. Getting up very quickly.
You knew Chad Johnson would not have to climb as high as Delhomme. He's just going to slap that buzzer and maintain that edge for the Americans as Willis McGahee latches on.
Mike, this is one of those events when you get the slightest lead, it's enough unless you make a mistake. And right now, the Americans appear to be in very good position again.
Come on, Quan. Come on, Quan.
Come on, Will. He went to Florida State. You know they can't climb.
Anquan Bolden, in fact, losing time as McGahee sped through the third. Now the anchor leg climbed by Derek Burgess.
Go ahead, DB. Take your time, baby.
Bolden still unhooking, and you can hear the Americans telling Burgess to take his time because he was in good shape.
Got him.
He's got it. The Americans will win this second heat. They will win the point and take the lead here in round 5.
Well, Mike Kenny Stabler doing a nice job. Team captain Archie Manning's going to have to go back to the drawing board to try to get ready. Chad Johnson feeling very, very good about the Americans' position.
Chad Johnson taking credit as usual. Larry Johnson got it started. Kirk made the good point both times. Chad using the size. McGahee and Burgess clean it up. The Americans win both heats and take the first point of the day. So round 5 starts off with an Americans win, and we are all tied in the overall competition. Still to come, a b-ball shootout. A showdown with Sea-Doos and an obstacle course that'll bring some to their knees. We'll be right back. Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear's Triple Tread Technology. Travel confidently in any weather, anytime. And in part by Yamaha. Nobody's more in tune with motorsports than Yamaha.
Goodyear knows you're not the only one who depends on your tires. That's why there's the Goodyear Wrangler with silent armor technology. It's engineered with a layer made with Kevlar for toughness and a quieter ride. The Goodyear Wrangler with silent armor technology, so you can be there on the wings of Goodyear.
I make my living 8 seconds at a time in the world's toughest sport. So when I'm not battling one of these, I'm riding one of these. Whether I'm on the trail, I'm on the ranch, or on the hunt, ain't nothing tougher than my Grizzly.
For a limited time, get a free Warren winch plus payments as low as $69 a month.
Someday, you'll be able to deliver your data how and where you need it, along a secure local-to-global IP network. Someday, all your communications will work together through a wide range of IP solutions. Welcome to Verizon Business, where you'll get more than a network. You'll get the commitment of people who care about your business as much as you do. People who are accountable for making it all work for you. Someday is today. Verizon Business, where global capability comes together with personal accountability.
Listen, Steve, I hear you. I mean, if it's up to me, right, we'd have the crocodile hunting 24/7.
Exactly. Every single time I do my bootlaces up, I'm staring death right in the eyes. How many baseballers are doing that?
I'm with you, that's for sure.
Crikey! Stand back, John. Have a go at the size of this beauty. I got him, mate.
Steve, don't.
Woo! Isn't he gorgeous? I'll have him secured any minute now.
I'll catch up with you later.
John, give us a hand, mate.
Lights, motors, action. Extreme stunt show at the Disney MGM Studios. And in just a bit, 10 of pro football's best will be putting on a show of their own in today's second event, basketball.
Mike, here's how it's going to be done. Each player will get 45 seconds to score as many points as possible, and they'll have 5 scoring positions to choose from. The 1-point position, obviously the easiest shot. The 10-point position from almost half court, the most difficult. Before making a second basket from any spot, the player must attempt 1 shot from all the other scoring zones. The reason for that is to prevent a player from staying in one position the whole time.
Yeah, I can actually say I know a little bit about this here. The round ball. You skip school to play basketball.
Give my hoops game an A+. I'm pretty decent on the court. I think I can take anybody.
Just turn him loose. Just turn. He knows what he's doing. Just turn him loose.
Just turn me loose.
Marvin Harrison played ball in school, and he's a good shooter. Chad's a good shooter. We got a couple guys that can make some shots.
We're certainly not favored here, I wouldn't think, but we'll see what we can do.
Is the bank open? Yeah, the bank's open.
Some more confident than others. Marvin Harrison, one of them. As you heard Kenny Stabler mention, he lettered in high school 3 years as a basketball player, in addition to being around all the great basketball players in college at Syracuse.
Come on, Ma. Come on, Ma.
Teammate rebounding for each player. Derek Burgess rebounds for Harrison. He hits from the 1 spot to try another one from the 2 spot. Now he's at 3, moves over to the 3-point spot.
Like anytime you watch a player shooting, I don't care what level it is, it's about finding a rhythm. A lot of times it helps having a guy down there giving you a nice pass to get you into that rhythm.
That's the attempt from the 10-point spot. Burgess got to hustle and get the rebound. Now he can take as many as he wants after this shot from any spot on the floor.
5, 4, 3,
Oh, knocks down that 5-pointer, and that should wrap it up. 16 for Marvin Harrison.
Pretty good for Marvin Harrison. Mike, you mentioned he has a background playing basketball, but even with that kind of background, you've got to get comfortable shooting in any environment, and Marvin Harrison was able to do that. He got hot there at the end, hit 2 big shots for 5 points each, giving him a total of 16.
And the Nationals will begin with Carolina quarterback Jake Delhomme. Kirk, remember how good he was earlier in the battle with his home run hitting prowess. Played baseball in high school. Let's see his basketball skills.
Attaboy, Jake.
What do you think of his form, Mike?
Pretty good. You know, he's kind of kicking that foot forward like Reggie Miller, but a nice follow through.
Not the same results as Reggie yet, but he's working.
Like all quarterbacks, they think they know how to do everything by the textbook.
Come on.
Let's see if Jake can get going. He's got some room to make up here.
Get in there. Get. Make it for 10. Go ahead and make it.
Going back for a miracle shot. 10.
There you go.
Remember, you have to try from each spot.
Go back to your 10.
Oh, 5. That looks good. You'll try another 10 to take the lead. It will be 11 and a good showing for Delhomme.
Jake Delhomme just couldn't get off to a good start. Then I think he started to hurry a little bit. It took him until he got to the same position that Marvin Harrison got to for the 5-pointer for him to get a decent shot, but he decided to go back to half court to take a chance at taking the lead, and it came up short.
So now it will be Willis McGahee with Chad Johnson rebounding for him. Again, you have to try from all 5 spots on the floor. And McGahee almost went 3 for 3 out of the gate. Adding McGahee's point total to the points put up by Marvin Harrison to start.
Oh, boy. Little assist from Kenny Stabler.
Got the 10-point attempt out of the way. Now let's see if McGahee can make one of these 5-pointers.
Willis has cooled off here. There you go.
One last 1-point shot. Oh, a little miscommunication there. See if he can get the 3-pointer off in time. 9 in this round for McGahee. The total for the Americans, 25.
Mike Willis McGahee not really able to get comfortable throughout this entire sequence of shots. Looked like early he might be able to come up with some points, but as his round continued, he was unable to come up with any substantial amount of points, but he'll take the 9 to add the Americans' lead.
All right, here comes Lance Briggs, who did his high school playing in Sacramento, didn't play basketball, was a track star in addition to his football prowess. Not exactly the best rotation on these shots from Lance.
Looks a little physical out there taking these shots.
Remember, you have to try one from each of the 5 spots, the most by any individual player. Marvin Harrison, 16. Lance can try one more from deep.
And Quan Bolden telling him, come on, man, bring it back in.
Yeah, big 5. Yep.
Let's stay right there. Get the 2. Attaboy.
Archie Manning saying, get the 2. In other words, that's within your range. And he banks in a 1. And that'll end it. So Briggs comes up with 10 points. Not bad, all things considered, and it's a 4-point deficit for the Nationals.
Lance Briggs is used to mauling quarterbacks and running backs, and he shoots the basketball in that manner. He is not much for finesse as he's coming away, very fortunately, with 10 points for the Nationals.
Well, let's see what Derek Burgess can add now. The defensive end from Oakland, different strategy. He's going to start with the 10-pointer and then move closer. Willis McGahee rebounding for him.
Take your time, B. Take your time.
Trying to get on the board right now. Just get on the board. All right now.
A lot of left hand in that shot, not really helping Burgess.
He's taking time now.
Got to get on the board somewhere.
Yeah, you got. Almost.
Feels it now.
Yes, sir. He's on.
Just 2 for Burgess. He's taking one from all 5 spots now. It's a 5-pointer. Boy, he can use this one.
Good one.
Just 2 points for Derek Burgess.
I tried every shot, man.
Mike, the 2 points here by Derek Burgess has opened the door for the Nationals just not looking very comfortable shooting a basketball.
So the opportunity now for the Nationals to catch up, and here's Jason Witten. Spent his college days at Tennessee. One of the great women's basketball programs of all time. He starts from that 10th spot. Let's see if the Nationals can take the lead. And we'll see, oh, ball nearly went out of bounds, and DeLome had to track it down.
It's at 30 seconds. They're down 6 points. You got to like Jason Witten's chances here, but he's got to hit a basket. He's feeling the pressure from the American squad. Hey, there he goes.
With a 3.
Here
now
he comes.
2, 1 point deficit. The 5 would have put them in the lead. A running 5 would have counted, but it's short.
Hey, we're only down 1 now.
Witten gets 5 points.
We're almost down 1. We're only down 1. That's all right.
Nationals didn't think they were going to fare very well in this, but they're back in it.
Jason Witten probably could have done a better job, but at least he was able to narrow the gap and get it down to 1 point. Sam Ryan now is with Jason Witten.
So, Jason, a little bit of a slow start for you. How much was the heckling getting to you?
Yeah, they were talking a little trash back there, so I was getting a little frustrated because I'm trying to stay focused out here. So, hopefully my teammates will pick up the slack for me a little bit.
Yeah, well, you picked it up a little bit, only down by 1. At what point did you feel you found your shot?
There at the end, I hit that the 2 and then the 3, so I felt like I was getting a little bit hotter. So, speed it up for me a little bit. So, that 10 threw me off a little bit at the beginning, so got my confidence down for me.
Let's see if they can come back just down by 1.
Yes, Sam, Marvin Harrison put up 16 big points right out of the gate. The Nationals now trying to catch up within 1 point. 2 shooters remain. So, still to come, we have the conclusion at the basketball hoop. Later, soaring Sea-Doos and the obstacle course with that menacing wall. Stick around.
Mitch must be proud of his boy. How do you feel about yours, Bill? If you want him to throw 50 yards, well, give him 50 yards. Do you want your son's only glory to be belching the alphabet? No! You want to point proudly from the 50-yard line and say, that's my boy. Drinks like a soda, kicks like an energy drink. Vault, get to it!
Do you really need a titanium driver? That magnesium frame spinning reel? A 60-inch screen? Do you really need a motor oil that protects for 15,000 miles?
Darn right.
You deserve the best of the best. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. Advanced technology, proven anti-wear protection, guaranteed for 15,000 miles.
Mobil 1 Extended Performance.
The oil that's changing oil.
The world's top club soccer championship. Barcelona of Spain, driven by Ronaldinho. Arsenal of England, electrified by Henry. The UEFA Champions League final, May 17th at 2:30 on ESPN.
It's time to draw the line between Doherty's and the big box retailers. If you buy a refrigerator from those national chains, here's what you get. Buy a refrigerator from Doherty's, and for the same price, this is what you get. The fridge, installation materials, delivery, and setup. They'll even haul away your old appliance.
Now at Doherty's, get a washer and electric dryer by Roper for just $5.49.
Doherty's Hardware and Appliance. Draw your own conclusions.
Necklaces we've ever seen. It's fluid and it laces.
Shopping Security Jewelers with a card makes such good sense. Beautiful crystal, Swarovski, Auraforce, Baccarat, all in the cart. The selection, the low prices.
The brand name, Honora Pearls, Canadian, and Scott K Diamonds, all in the cart.
Paper or plastic?
Security Jewelers, brand names by the cartload.
We're back on the Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear, and back to basketball, where Larry Johnson of the Americans tried to extend his team's 1 point lead over the Nationals. But he had a problem. He only totaled 1 point. So Amani Toomer with a good chance for the Nationals, and they do take the lead. Amani only scored 5. So the Nationals lead by 3 points in basketball. 1 shooter left for each team. So a big moment here for both clubs. And Stacey Dale Schumann is standing by with Chad Johnson, who will take the last shots for the Americans.
Okay, so tell me, who do you model your game after? Who do you play like?
What I play like? A little bit of AI.
Yeah.
A little bit of LeBron. A little bit of Kobe. And if things don't go right, I got a little bit of Artest.
Okay, we should have about 60 points here then.
You're right, Stacey. Chad not exactly a role player. Derek Burgess rebounds for him.
Do I have the lowest score? No, I don't got the lowest score. I can always count on one of my teammates to help me out. Like right now, Chad's going to hit about 16.
I don't know if he's going to hit 16, but Chad Johnson, one thing I admire, with the Americans' colors being red, sometimes the sunglasses are red, sometimes they're white. He's going with the white. We'll see if that helps him here.
Remember, you have to take a shot from each spot before you can score from that same spot the second time around. A line drive look from Chad.
Remember, this is the final shooter for the Americans. The Nationals still have one more shooter in Anquan Bolden, so Chad Johnson needs to build up a pretty good lead for the Americans with 20 seconds to go.
Back to this 10-point spot. Oh, he's on line, but just short.
I got it. Don't even worry about it.
He's
go back to the five.
talking right through. Oh, went too hard off the glass.
There you go. There you go.
He probably looks most comfortable when you said shooting basketball.
Marvin Harrison looked pretty good, too. This shot not off in time. Not off in time. So 13, the total for Chad Johnson, in the lead is 10.
Pretty good. Chad Johnson gives the Americans 10 points, but what I loved was he was talking to the Nationals as he was taking his shots, very confident that he would come away with the lead for the Americans.
Okay, so Anquan Bolden needs 11 points for the Nationals to win.
Mike, let's see if Archie Manning's strategy of using his best shooter as the anchor gets it done for the Nationals.
They really want to hit one of these fives. There you go.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
There's the one.
Here, Jake Delhomme coaching him, telling him exactly where to go. He's added this up.
3 for the win. He's supposed to make a 3 here for the win.
You got time. Plenty time.
Oh, chase it down.
Nice over the head pass. Here's the 3 for the win. There it is. So Anquan Bolden scores 11, and the Nationals take the point in basketball, one they weren't expecting.
Nice teamwork there by the Nationals, coming away with a 1-point victory. Anquan Bolden, Archie Manning, Jake Delhomme thinking the strategy through exactly where they needed to be. Delhomme with the effort to get it back. 10 seconds about at this point, and Anquan Bolden calmly sinks it for the win.
Now, you had 22 seconds to make the last 3. How were you looking at the clock at all?
Not at all. I was just, trying to shoot and wait on Jake to give me the ball.
Jake, when you saw that he had all that time in the world just to win it, what were you thinking?
He was going to make it. There wasn't any doubt, and I just kept on feeding him. 15 seconds, 10 seconds, and then he made it with 10 to spare. We had plenty of time.
Plenty of time. The Nationals take it.
Again.
Again is right, Sam. The Nationals regain their lead in the overall with a come-from-behind victory. In basketball, 2 more events remaining here in round 5. So next, our Gridiron greats display speed and agility of a different kind. And later, the signature event, the Battle of the Gridiron Stars, wraps up on the obstacle course.
Introducing the new X Games-inspired Moto X bike. Built for performance, 20-inch BMX dual suspension, front and rear disc brakes, and Moto X-styled saddle and fenders. Ride Moto X style.
One thing you can always predict about the weather, it's unpredictable. That's why Goodyear engineers created Triple Tread technology. It's got an ice zone for gripping power in icy conditions, aqua chutes to move water away from the tire, and a dry zone for confident maneuvering. Get superior traction in any weather condition. Goodyear's Triple Tread technology. Now available on Forterra for SUVs and Assurance for cars. So you're always prepared on the wings of Goodyear.
This is Yao Ming, the biggest name in basketball. And when he travels with the biggest name in navigation, Garmin. With a bright, colorful touchscreen display, easy to follow voice commands,
left on 6th Street.
And the widest selection of easy-to-use navigation devices, we're sure to have a little something that lets you travel in style.
Just my size.
Garmin. We'll take you there.
In all the world, there are a select few who at their very core are capable of incredible transformation. Under the most grueling conditions, they are shaped, hardened, sharpened, ready to stand among the most elite of all warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hair lacking some serious muscle? Can't take another break? Garnier Fructis, the first fortifying shampoo and conditioner system with the power of active fruit concentrate from Garnier. It's proven. The Garnier Fructis system makes hair 5 times stronger and so much shinier. Hair this strong never takes a break. For hair that shines with all its strength, Garnier Fructis.
Garnier.
I'm Neil Everett with the SportsCenter 30 at 30. One homer shy of tying Babe Ruth. Barry Bonds scheduled to start tonight as the Giants open a homestand against the Cubs. And check this out. Bonds also expected to play next season. That's according to his agent. Buckle up. Dale Jarrett docked 25 points by NASCAR for using illegal equipment at Richmond last week. His crew chief fined $25K, suspended until June 7th. Richard Jefferson doubtful for Wednesday's Game 2 between the Nets and Heat. Turned an ankle in Monday's Game 1 win. All this and more on SportsCenter at 11 Eastern and on mobile ESPN Alert.
Welcome back to Battle of the Gridiron Stars, presented by Goodyear. The Nationals regain their lead in the overall standings with a big come-from-behind victory in basketball. The Americans try to get even with the Sea-Doo race.
Well, we got a little bit of experience.
Nah, I'm terrible at that. I can't even do anything with it.
Yeah, you got to see exactly how you want to take that turn.
I cut them corners tight. That's the only way you got to do it. Not too tight, though. Flip that over.
You know, it's best 3 out of 5. We win the first 3, the hay's in the barn.
Mike, this event may look like a lot of fun, but this course also can wreak havoc on our gridiron athletes here today. These Sea-Doos can reach speeds of over 45 miles per hour, but speed is not the only factor here. Upper body strength and agility will come into play as these athletes try to maneuver around these buoys. The first Sea-Doo across the finish wins, and it's the best 3 out of 5.
Kirk, in the first heat, it was Marvin Harrison against Jason Witten of the Nationals. Witten talked about watching those turns and not taking them too tight. Well, he took an early spill. Advantage Marvin Harrison. The Americans won the first heat. Up 1-0, Larry Johnson went up against Amani Toomer. Amani had fun and ran a flawless race out on Bay Lake to win for the Nationals. And we're all squared at 1 as we come to the third of 5 heats. So the best of 5, essentially now a best of 3. Willis McGahee for the Americans, Jake Delhomme for the Nationals. McGahee gets the edge off the line. Now who navigates the turns and the buoys better?
Jake Delhomme has made a mistake here, and Willis McGahee is pulling away for the Americans.
Remember, it's 2 laps for each heat.
Mike, at this point, all Willis McGahee has to do is control his Sea-Doo. He's got such a comfortable lead, and he can be in very good shape here on the second lap.
Whoa!
Just as we say that, there's a little bit of a wipeout, and Jake Delhomme has narrowed the gap.
So as they come to the last couple of buoys, this is tightening up. Still McGahee with the edge. As he makes the turn towards shore, Willis McGahee, despite the error, wins this heat. The Americans up 2-1. Delhomme made the first mistake, and McGahee with more of a slip-up than a mistake, able to win the heat.
I think Jake Delhomme thought he may have had a chance there to close the gap and maybe take a lead. But, Mikey, as you said, early in the race, a slip-up and a mistake. And even though you had Willis McGahee later have just a slight error, it wasn't enough for Jake Delhomme to come back and take the lead.
So Derek Burgess has a chance to close it out and win it for the Americans.
You hear, man? Hey, you got you over there third. I'm looking out.
Anquan Bolden can take Archie Manning's team to all square, and it will come down to a fifth and final heat. Bolden at the bottom. Burgess for the Americans off the line first and leading to the first buoy.
Anquan Bolden making a fashion statement, not wearing his goggles here. Aren't you used to slide those down there, cover your eyes? Pretty close race here, Mike, in the first lap.
Just a slight edge for Bolden, who got to that buoy ahead of Burgess by a hair and turns for shore. Nice tight turn. One more lap to go. Anquan Bolden handling these turns very well, Kirk.
Well, I think that's what's really enabled him to take a little bit more of a lead here heading into this second and final lap.
Well, look at Burgess. He just did the last two turns quite well. Burgess surging. If the Americans win this heat, they win the point. Oh, a problem for Burgess. And that'll open the door for Bolden. Anquan Bolden handles the last turn, races to shore, and defeats Derek Burgess to tie it at 2.
I had you on that last one. Got me something. Hey, why I got the Dodgers on, don't even put them on.
Exactly. We're wondering the same thing. You know, Derek Burgess had to catch up so much ground that he used so much speed that in that last buoy, he couldn't make the turn, and it allowed Anquan Bolden to race home for a win to keep this heat alive for the Nationals.
So the Sea-Doos come down to one last race, and no surprise, Chad Johnson ready to go in the anchor leg against Lance Briggs.
Just seeing the turn. I'm seeing my turns right now. Just like days of thunder right now.
Visualize it. Chad may be visualizing last year. Though he lost to Jeremiah Trotter in this competition, he did make it into the highlight reel, literally coming ashore at the end, scaring the spectators. He hopes to come ashore this time, victorious and winning the point. Remember, we're all tied, so this is the heat that will decide the 1 point for the Americans and the Nationals. Johnson, the early edge.
See if that experience for Chad Johnson in last year's event helps him this year. This is for all the marbles here.
Whoa, Briggs.
Oh, no!
Wipes out. And all Chad Johnson has to do is go smooth, and the Americans will win the point. A complete wipeout by Briggs.
Is he going to get up? Here he comes. Oh, man.
And Chad just out for a cruise now. But there's no way he's going to take it easy. He's going to rub it in.
Get up there.
Chad Johnson steers it towards shore. Not taking anything off. As the Americans will win the point, winning the Sea-Doo race. Meantime, Lance Briggs limping to the top of his craft.
But early in this race, Mike, Lance Briggs was in great position until this.
I can't get back on.
Oh, not only wiping out, but never getting back up on the Sea-Doo. Chad Johnson comes away victorious.
How much of this win was about intimidating Lance Briggs?
I mean,
it wasn't about intimidating, but I didn't think he stood a chance, out here anyway. Being in Chicago, they have no type of seat in at all.
What message did you send to the Nationals?
I mean, just like, during the season, the NFC always seems to come out last. Okay. Continue to be that way.
All right, Chad Johnson in full effect.
As usual, Stacy, thank you. Meantime, no comment from Lance Briggs, unable to provide an interview after wiping out and losing the point for the Nationals. The Americans win. They're up 2-1 on the day, and the overall competition is all square. So for this day, it will come down to the final event, the signature finish, the obstacle course, and that wall awaits.
Every single time I do my bootlaces up, I'm staring death right in the eyes. How many baseballers are doing that?
I'm with you, that's for sure.
Crikey! Stand back, John. Have a go at the size of this beauty. I got him, mate.
Steve, don't.
Woo! Isn't he gorgeous?
Your business is on the move, and we're there for you every step of the way. We are Verizon Business. We're there for you with a global IP network that is flexible and secure. A network you can access how and where you need it. There with the expertise to help design and manage your most critical data solutions end to end. And at Verizon Business, we're there for you in the most important way, with a dedicated team that's personally and passionately committed to your success. People who are accountable for making it all work for you. Global capability with personal accountability. That works. Verizon Business.
Multi-State Insurance Company.
Hello, I'd like a car insurance quote, please. Yeah, hi. Hello. Yeah, I'd like a quote, please. Can I have a car insurance quote? Need a quote. Yeah, I'm looking for a car insurance quote, please. Quote, please. Just need a quote.
Hey, think easier. Think Progressive. We give you our direct rate for car insurance plus the rates of other top companies instantly. Go to Progressive.com.
Do you really need a titanium driver? That magnesium frame spinning reel? A 60-inch screen? Do you really need a motor oil that protects for 15,000 miles?
Darn right.
You deserve the best of the best. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. Advanced technology, proven anti-wear protection, guaranteed for 15,000 miles.
Mobil 1 Extended Performance.
The oil that's changing oil.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate New Finish, the once-a-year car polish.
Simply wipe it on, wipe it off. No rubbing, no buffing. New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. New Finish.
Top-rated New Finish, available at Target, Dollar General, Ace, Walgreens, AutoZone, Kmart, and other leading stores.
Next time on Battle of the Gridiron Stars, it's the season finale as the Americans and Nationals take this year's championship down to the final events. Peyton Manning, Hines Ward, and Joey Porter lead the Americans against the Nationals team headlined by Eli Manning, Jeremiah Trotter, and Joe Juravicius. Sixth and final round of this year's Battle of the Gridiron Championship. But we still have some unfinished business here in the fifth round. Final event, the obstacle course. As always, worth 2 big points. The Americans lead the day, but the overall standings all tied up. 2-point lead going into the final round for the winner here.
Well, Mike, this is where it separates the men from the boys. The obstacle course will test an athlete's stamina, his strength, speed, and agility. Today's event is set up where the players are going to sprint off the start before they quickly go under the culverts. Then they attack a blocking sled, a difficult set of monkey bars, make their way up a cargo net. Then they'll high step it through some Goodyear tires, maneuver their way through the tough under and over, take on a series of slalom poles, and it's not over yet. The final obstacle, and perhaps the most difficult, Mike, is the dreaded wall.
Simple stuff. Best cumulative team time wins. Penalties are assessed if you miss an obstacle. Marvin Harrison and Amani Toomer head-to-head in Heat 1.
All right, fellas, you're going to hear ready and then the whistle.
I want to see the cargo net, how the players handle that.
Oh, my bad.
Look how they change up the obstacle course. Each time.
Here they come to the monkey bars, pretty close.
Doing good, Amani.
Woo!
Doing good.
You can slip down as long as you don't skip any of the monkey bars.
No penalties assessed so far. Toomer closer to you with the lead through the tires to the under-over.
Underneath.
It's a little tester here for the upper body. All about wearing you down before you get to the wall.
Through the slalom now. About a pole and a half lead for Toomer as they hit the wall. Both getting up in that first try. Toomer crosses the line in 42.38 seconds. Harrison 3.2 seconds behind.
Good job.
Mike, Amani Toomer doing such a good job here in this obstacle course. This is very challenging. What I like is the length of his body. And at the end, he had to lead over Marvin Harrison, using his length to get right up and over the wall and give the Nationals a nice lead here early.
Derek Burgess, Heat 2 for the Americans. Jake Delhomme for the Nationals. Figure the strength portions of the obstacle course will be advantage Burgess.
That's it, quarterback. Hit that sled. Nice job.
Not too far behind. As a matter of fact, Delhomme, the lead off the monkey bars. A little surprised there, Kirk?
Yeah, a little bit. I thought he did a nice job of being able to execute over the monkey bars without having any penalties, and right now pulling away to a degree.
Oh, as Burgess tripped on the tires, the under-over.
Had it, babe. You're making it up.
Delhomme comes out of there ahead, but it's tightening up.
Conditioning, Mike, stamina. This is where you're looking ahead, you know what's coming.
And the big edge strength-wise to Burgess as they hit the wall. But Delhomme, nice job. Look at this. Photo finish coming here.
Oh!
Delhomme dives by 0.6 of a second to win the heat. And the Nationals up to a 3.8-second lead.
Mike, look at these guys. I mean, these are professional athletes. These guys are gassed. By the time these guys get through 7 different obstacles, they know what's coming, and it's the wall. Congratulations, just getting over the wall, and Jake Delhomme with a narrow victory for the Nationals.
Good job.
As Burgess scrapes himself up off the turf. Next up, Willis McGahee for the Americans, Lance Briggs for the Nationals. Earlier, these two took each other on in another kind of one-on-one.
How you doing? I'm Willis McGahee, and I'm here with Lance Briggs. I would like to know who's the better linebacker out of you and Brian Urlacher?
You went there with that one. It's a simple answer. Brian Urlacher is the best Mike linebacker in the game. I'm the best outside linebacker in the game. My question for you is, where do you rank amongst the top backs?
Me? Well, here's Adrian, here's me, number 2.
Who would you rather see in the hole? Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Lance Briggs, or Derek Brooks?
It really doesn't make a difference who's going to be in the hole. My job is not to run against you, it's to run away from you. Run away from you. I would like to know what is Thiz.
Thizzing? Man.
Yeah, show me Thizzing.
Thizzing is right here, man. It's
This
right
is Lance,
here.
This is Lance dance move.
This is Thizzing right here.
Look at him. Check him out.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Up north, we Thiz, man.
we get it.
You know what I mean?
We Thiz.
We get it. We get it up north.
All right, everybody up north got that? Well, those moves will be put to the test here through the culverts as the obstacle course begins.
You got it. Go. Atta baby. Atta baby.
Willis
good.
off the monkey bars.
Go. That way, Willie.
Even with Briggs.
Good race here.
Yeah.
Ooh, Briggs up and over the net. Through the tires. He's got a nice lead now on Willis McGahee here.
You hear everybody reminding under first, then over. McGahee tumbling over the top.
Again, this is where it all comes down to whether or not you're going to have a chance to give your team a lead in this event.
Remember, the Nationals lead by 3.8 seconds as they hit the wall. McGahee gets to the top first. He wins the heat, and the Americans will be very close. Yes, they will, with that stumble by Briggs. The Americans will take the overall lead by just over a second.
Lights on.
Good job. Mike, again, the fatigue is amazing to me. But what I love here is I think Willis McGahee was sandbagging. I think he was waiting for the wall to make his move because Briggs had a nice lead, and then McGahee in the final two obstacles gets up and over.
So the Americans on top, and now Larry Johnson will go in Heat 4. Chad Johnson over there with him as Larry gets his close-up before going up against Anquan Bolden. This will be a huge, Kirk, for the American side, already with a 1-second lead, knowing that Chad Johnson will run in the anchor spot for them. He'll come through the culverts and begin.
Larry Johnson, kind of an underdog in this event, Mike. I think that you look at a running back and you think about a receiver, you think of the receiver's speed, but Larry Johnson up and over, and Anquan Bolden struggling to get over the net.
And it will be about a 3.5-second lead coming out of the tires, and Bolden incurs a penalty for missing a tire. Big struggle for Bolden here. Larry Johnson
is saving some energy here for the wall.
He doesn't use the big run up to the wall, but still effectively gets to the top, comes on over. Gonna get out of the way, too. He breaks the tape at 45.95. The Americans add to their lead.
Didn't step in the tire.
The Americans are going to be up 11 seconds going to the final heat.
Well, the penalty hurt Anquan Bolden, but Larry Johnson pulled away. Larry Johnson doesn't even use the feet to land. Just lands on his hip. Wow. And brings it home for the Americans.
Bolden lagging slightly behind, but the Americans have the edge, and now Jason Witten and Chad Johnson head-to-head. Somebody has to walk away with the 2 points here and take the overall lead to the final round of this year's Battle of the Gridiron Stars. Witten against Johnson to wrap it up after this. Battle of the Gridiron Stars is presented by Goodyear's Silent Armor technology, featuring a layer made with Kevlar.
That is ESPN. This is mobile ESPN. This isn't just like sports on your current phone, okay? This is a new phone service from ESPN. Just one touch of the E button, man, you get features like the sideline and the fastest alerts and video highlights and ESPN show clips. It's like instant painless access into ESPN.
Switch to mobile ESPN today. Call 1-800-GET-ESPN.
Nice. Now I need a tetanus shot.
Your SUV is designed to go off-road, but sometimes the off-road comes to you. Introducing the new Goodyear Forterra with Silent Armor technology, made with SUV drivers in mind. A layer made with Kevlar means the Forterra is tough and rugged, and extra cushioning means the Forterra rides quietly and comfortably. The new Goodyear Forterra with Silent Armor technology. Go confidently on the wings of Goodyear.
In all the world, there are a select few who at their very core are capable of incredible transformation. Under the most grueling conditions, they are shaped, hardened, sharpened, ready to stand among the most elite of all warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Introducing the new X Games inspired Moto X bike. Built for performance, 20-inch BMX dual suspension, front and rear disc brakes, and Moto X styled saddle and fenders. Ride Moto X style.
I just saved big by bundling digital cable and high-speed internet from Mediacom. We get hundreds of great entertainment choices with digital cable, Stars, and Showtime. Just $9.95 a month for 6 months. Dave downloads music in seconds with Mediacom Online, up to 3 times faster than standard DSL service. Just $29.95 a month for 6 months. Make it a Mediacom double play and save big.
Call 1-866-764-CABLE today for 2 great Mediacom services.
Menards is the place where you'll always save big money on quality products for your home. Multi-purpose clear or black plastic from Polar Plastic is great for landscaping, drop cloths, and more. Only $3.99 for a 25-foot roll. Make painting easy and mess-free with this paint stick from HomeRite. It's easy to use and simple to clean up. Just return the unused paint to the can and fill with soapy water, only $11.79. Service, quality, selection, Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It is one of the world's premier sports destinations, Disney's Wide World of Sports complex in Florida. Back at the Battle of the Gridiron Stars, the Americans with an 11-second lead in the obstacle course, 1 heat remaining and 2 points on the line in today's finale. So the winner here wins the day and takes a 2-point lead to the final round. Stacey Dale Schumann with the 2 athletes head-to-head in the last heat.
For all the marbles, it's Jason Witten against Chad Johnson. Jason, what has to happen for you to beat this guy?
You know, he's pretty cute sometimes, so hopefully he gets a little cute for me and gives me a chance. But, you know, I'm going against him, a tough one right here, so I got my hands full right here.
What kind of cute stuff are we going to see out of you in this obstacle?
I got something special, probably never ever been done before at any obstacle course. Whoever has the cameras, make sure you keep your eye on me even after I finish.
Now, virtually the entire competition, you've worn sunglasses. Why no sunglasses right now?
Because I want people to see my ass so they know what I'm thinking. And when you can see my ass, you know I got something special coming. Focus.
If you should win, what celebration will we see?
Keep the camera on 85. That's it.
Tight end versus the wide receiver.
We'll be watching Chad. Chad Johnson's been in this position before. In round 4, he raced in the final heat, protecting a 10-second lead. And he came through then, defeating Amani Toomer. We'll see if history will repeat itself, Mike.
Johnson, a big edge. They come through the culverts and the blocking sled. Johnson, a couple of second edge. Whitno skipping right through the monkey bars. That's an automatic 10-second penalty. No attempt to even do it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The under-overs. About even, but remember, Whitten is plus 10.
Number 85 said keep the camera on him. I'm sure he's already thinking about what he's going to do. Look at Jason Whitten.
10-second penalty for blowing off the slalom. Now he's struggling to get up the wall. Johnson attacks the wall.
Oh, my God.
Whitten goes to pull down his shorts, and Johnson still wins. Whitten avoided the wall, so it's a 20-second penalty. Chad doing the obstacle course in reverse. That's why we kept the cameras rolling for you, Chad. As only Chad Johnson can.
Jason, what do you say here? I mean, he knew that he had a very tough job to do, and he said, you know what, I'm just going to have some fun. Pulls the drawers down to Chad Johnson, and Chad Johnson wins it for the Americans.
Chad, so you lost your pants, but, hey, you won it for your team. Take us through that.
I mean, Jason Witten, great football player, but he didn't stand a chance in the obstacle course. I mean, they did everything they could to win this event. But I think, as usual, like I said, during the season, the AFC always comes out on top.
Kenny, what kind of advice were you given to your team?
You know, just turn this group loose. You know, it's been so much fun being around these guys. You know, watch them play on Sunday. You know, and just turn them loose out here. You know, and you see all that competitive spirit come out of them. You know, when it's come times to play, and they get after it, man.
We don't need no coaching. Hey, cameras, come back. For all our head coaches that just heard one of the great ones say, "Turn them loose." Coach Lewis. Just turn me loose, baby. I'm gonna bring it home. I love you. Oprah, call me.
Call him, Oprah. Americans take it.
We will wait for the Oprah appearance by Chad, but we will not wait to see the Americans take the day and the 2-point lead into the 6th and final round. Time now for today's Vault Assault. Drinks like a soda, kicks like an energy drink. Vault, get to it. Chad Johnson. Who else? Mr. Energy came up big in the Sea-Doos and the obstacle course, winning the deciding heat in both events. Next time on Battle of the Gridiron Stars, the Americans and the Nationals duke it out in the final round of this year's competition. The Manning brothers, Peyton and Eli, lead their respective squads. 4 events to decide this year's championship. Also competing, Hines Ward, Joey Porter, Clinton Portis, and Jeremiah Trotter. Special thanks to Disney's Wide World of Sports Complex, home of the Pop Warner Super Bowl and Cheer and Dance National Championships each December. With Kirk Herbstreit, Sam Ryan, and Stacey Dale Schumann, Mike Tirico. See you next time at Battle of the Gridiron Stars.